proud that I named my little girl after you. I hope that when Catherine Page grows up, that she'll be as good a friend to someone as you've been to me.
Oh, Ashley.
Oh, sorry to interrupt, folks. It won't take long.
Stella, this is a very important meeting. I will see you later.
Oh, I really don't want to speak to you, Vicky. I just wanted to take a look around the office.
Stella, what are you doing here?
Oh, why, I thought you knew, this is going to be my office when Vicky vacates.
Stella, this is the station manager's office.
Oh, what a bright boy. Have you ever thought of writing for fortune cookies?
Stella, what are you talking about?
Well, when Mr. Tom Brandon offered me this job, to do my program on his network, well, I just couldn't refuse. And, of course, then I suggested that he throw in this little job here, sort of a side something to do. Could I ask you a question? Do you think you could be able to be out of here by the new year? Oh, my dear, the decorator is going to have some work to do.
I'm afraid that's impossible, Stella. You and your decorator can just wait.
Well, c'est la guerre. Toodaloo, everybody.
I can't believe that woman sometimes.
What I can't believe is that her show is the only one that's going to stay on the network.
Well, remind me to have all the television sets taken out of the house, will you?
Vivian, why don't you make us some lunch?
Okay, but nobody answers that door except me.
What was that all about?
Well, Vivian let someone in earlier, and your father was furious. So now she's decided to be the model of vigilance.
Who'd she let in?
A reporter.
What did a reporter want?
He told me about the article in the paper.
What article?
The one that talked about my affair with George St. John. The one that everyone's read, including you and Mark.
I'm so sorry you had to find out this way.
And I'm sorry you had to hear about it at all.
Mom, I want you to know something. Mark and I understand. We understand that you were lonely. You didn't have a friend in this town. And then I brought George into this house and he preyed upon that loneliness. But it's all over now. It doesn't matter. It doesn't make any difference to us.
Yes, it does make a difference. You would have made your plans for Alaska a long time ago.
What do you mean?
Well, ever since you told me about it the other day, I've been noticing all those books you've been reading, and I've seen the bills for the calls to Juneau.
All right, yeah, I got a job offer some time ago, and I've been putting off giving them an answer. I'd feel very guilty leaving you right now.
You know, Brett, I've learned a lot of things sitting here in this room all these weeks. And one of the things I've learned is that guilt is a useless emotion. I made a terrible mistake when I succumbed to George. It was demeaning for everyone involved, and now I have to face the consequences of those actions. But I refuse to feel guilty.
Good, because you were a victim.
We were all victims of George, but you shouldn't let that interfere with a career decision, the fact that he used you too.
Mom, he might have used all of us, but you are the only one who can't walk as a result. Now, how can I go off and leave you alone knowing that?
The doctors say my condition is only temporary.
They said it might be temporary.
You have to believe that. I have to believe it. And one of these days, when the time is right, I'm going to get up and walk.
Well, until that day, I want to be here with you.
I can't hold you. It could be a very long time. Now, I couldn't bear to sit here and know that you've given up something that you really want.
Do you really mean that?
Yes, I really mean it. Now, will you please go to that phone and call and take that job? Brett, please. Go on. Go on. Please.
I thought everyone took the news exceptionally well.
Well, I'm not so sure how well I'm taking it. Mama, are you sure there's nothing else that we can do?
No, honey, nothing. I have been over and over with all of this with T.J. Canfield for hours on end. They've just got me over a barrel.
I just feel so bad for you.
Don't, honey. I believe that everything happens for a reason. And I think this has happened for the best. I really do.
But KVIK has been your whole life.
Well, now I will have the time to do the things that I've never had to do because of KVIK.
Are you really going to London?
It's a tempting invitation. And I might even come into New York and play with you for a while.
You're awfully sure I'm going to take that job.
You'd be a fool if you didn't.
Well, I can't think about it now. I've got a telethon to put on. I still have some work to do.
What's left?
Oh, dear Mildred Canfield didn't contact all the sponsors like she was supposed to, so I was elected, and I have the pleasure on this august occasion to visit with Mark Wheeler this afternoon.
I really wish you wouldn't, Rena. Mark has a way of always upsetting you.
I don't know what I ever did to him, except love his father. Don't worry about me, Mama. I'm not going to get caught up with this self-righteous attitude. If he makes just one snide remark to me, I'm going to give it to him right in the kissing.
Have you seen your sister yet?
Paige is still up there with her. You know, she's been up there an awfully long time.
Well, I'm sure they got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, they're probably talking about me.
Now, what makes you think that?
Because Paige doesn't like me too much.
Well, even if that were true, what makes you think she talked to Ashley about it?
Paige wasn't too happy with some things that I did while Ashley was gone. But I only did them because I was scared, and I wouldn't have done them if Ashley had been here.
Well, honey, that's all you got to tell your sister.
If I ever get a chance.
Well, I'm sure you will.
I don't know, Doris. Paige and Ashley have gotten real close again. And Ashley even named the baby after Paige, not me. Paige knows about everything now.
You know, you're going to have to see your sister sometime. The two of you have got to talk or things will never be right in this house.
Maybe I should just leave right now. It would have the same effect.
Allison, Ashley's been asking for you.
I'm a little surprised to see you here.
I have something to tell you.
Yeah, well, I have a few things to tell you, too. I'm
leaving. Are you?
Ladies first.
No, I want to hear about you first.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Vicki Bellman told Billy Joe and Ruby and me today that somebody else is taking over KVIK and the rest of the Victory Network.
How did that happen?
Well, it's a pretty long and complicated story, but the long and the short of it is that Billy Joe and I will be out of a job by the end of the year.
Oh, Ricky, that's lousy.
It's not so bad for me. I'll be all right.
What about Vicky and Rena? They must be devastated by this.
No, they seem to be taking it pretty well. As a matter of fact, Rena's already had a job offer in New York City.
Wow.
It's Billy Joe that I'm a little concerned about.
Yeah? How's he holding up?
Oh, he's okay. It's just that I'm not sure where he's going to go from here. He's going to have an awfully hard time finding a show like he had at KVIK.
And how about you, Decker? You off to L.A.?
Yeah. Land of milk and honey.
And fruits and nuts. Big time out there.
I sure hope so.
Oh, you know that your billboard's going to be up over Sunset Strip in no time.
It'll all be because of Angel.
Yeah, I guess I will be hearing our song over the airwaves in Juneau.
Juneau? As in Alaska?
Yeah. I got a job offer from a petroleum company up there, and well, I wasn't going to take it because of my mother and all, but then it was my mother who talked me into taking it.
Why Alaska?
See, the only state bigger than Texas. And I've always heard how really incredibly beautiful it is up there, and I wanted to see it with my own eyes.
Well, then you must have had this offer when we were still going together.
Made it that much harder to decide.
Well, maybe when your beautiful eyes have seen everything there is to see, and I've sung our song to enough people, there'll still be a chance for us.
I'll always love you, Ricky.
I love you, Angel.
Mark, Oh, Gran.
Rena.
I had a meeting with Mark. I didn't expect you here.
Well, I'm filling in for Mark. He's got a meeting with somebody from Houston's charity.
Yeah, I'm that someone. I wanted to make sure that somebody would be represented at the telethon from World Oil.
Oh, sure. We'll send somebody over. I'm delighted to see you, Rena. Little surprise.
Last minute problem.
And you're working it out.
Of course. I want to make sure that this telethon goes very well because it'll be the last thing that Mother and I do at KVIK.
What are you talking about?
Well, another company is taking over KVIK and the Victory Network.
When did that happen?
It's official as of today. Mother's been working very hard to prevent it for some time now, but she was overpowered.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, just one of those things.
How does that affect you?
Well, like I said, I am thinking about leaving town.
Stay tuned for the next part of Texas.
X marks the spot.
And now the next part of Texas.
I didn't realize that you were serious about leaving Houston.
Mm-hmm. I've been offered a job in New York with Thurman Gardner's oil company.
Ah. Well, that's a good firm.
I'm seriously considering it.
How is Vicky taking?
She's taking it very well.
Well, she'll be okay. She's very self-sufficient.
This wonderful trait, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess so.
How's Judith?
Oh, she's fine. Well, as a matter of fact, she had a kind of a bad day today.
Oh, she hasn't had a setback.
No. A reporter came to the house and told her about a newspaper article relating the story of her affair with St. John. Now she realizes everybody in Houston knows about it, including her own children, so I've taken a leave of absence from World Oil to be with her. At least until she can walk and face herself.
Then what?
Well, I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. If I ever get to it.
Does Judith remember everything now?
No. Well, I don't know. The point is that she needs me now more than ever.
Gran, I probably shouldn't ask you this, but I'm going to. What would you have done if Judith wasn't hurt that day?
Oh. I've asked myself that question 1,000,000 times.
And?
It's moot. I have no answer.
Why not?
Rena, she stopped a bullet that was meant for me. As a result of that, she's paralyzed. The question is, was that an act of love? If it is...
Do you love her?
Well, when I thought she was dying, I heard myself telling her that I did.
Does she make you happy?
I'm happy doing this for her.
You wouldn't be the man that I love if you didn't help Judith when she needed you. have to leave. Goodbye, Greg.
How would you like to be Uncle Billy Joe?
Ruby, you're not allowing me up to do one of them kiddie shows, are you?
Well, your only audience would be a little niece or nephew.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on here. Are you and Mark planning on having a baby?
Honey, the deed is done.
That's wonderful. I can't wait to tell Billy Joe Jr.
I know, he's going to have a little cousin to play with, and them two are going to be the very smartest kids in all of Houston.
Look, I'll just settle to have them to be the happiest.
Oh, Billy Joe, we're going to have such a great time. We can give our kids all the love and the support that we never had when we were little.
That baby's going to be the luckiest in the whole wide world to have a mama like you. How did Mark take the news?
Oh, well, I was really scared to tell him because I didn't know how he felt about kids or anything, but he was thrilled.
I'm sure all the Wheelers are.
Well, I haven't actually told anybody else. We're telling them all this afternoon.
Oh, they're going to be pleased as punch. I mean, especially after what happened to Mrs. Wheeler. This is just the kind of miracle that they need.
Oh, speaking of miracles, did you hear about Ashley?
Well, yeah. How is she?
Well, she's fine, and her and Justin are the proud parents of a little baby girl, Catherine.
I'll tell you, the Marshalls must be at the top of the world, too.
Honey, we are all going to be there. You just keep faith in yourself.
Well, I sure will. I mean, how can I help it with a sister like you?
Oh, Billy Joe, you're the best brother in the whole wide world.
Oh.
Hi.
Well, hi there. I wondered where you were.
Well, Paige told me that you wanted to see me, but I heard the baby crying and all, and I
You can
didn't...
come in here when I feed Catherine.
I didn't know.
What's wrong?
Do you even want to see me?
Well, of course I do. Hey, you're my baby sister. Of course I want to see you. I'm so glad you're home. Hey. Hey. There's some things that I want to say to you.
I figured you would.
I want to tell you how sorry I am.
Sorry for what?
You know, in the few lucid moments that I had while I was gone, I thought about Gregory and what all this must be doing to him. And then I started thinking about when you were a little girl. And I left you.
It's not important.
Oh, yes, it is. But I want you to know that I did it because of Gregory.
Gregory?
He's mine, Allison. He's mine and TJ's.
But I...
See, and just let me finish, okay? I got pregnant when I was in college. And TJ and Justin already know the truth. And Paige knows. And I want you to know, too. You remember the first time I left you? When Aunt Hildy and I went to France? Well, everyone thought that it was, Aunt Hildy that was pregnant, but it was me.
That's why I was left in boarding school.
Yeah. I didn't want to leave you. You were such a little girl and you didn't have a mother or a daddy. But, I was scared, see, that TJ would find out.
He didn't know?
Well, he knew that I was pregnant. But he thought that I had an abortion, see, and,
Why wasn't I told about this? I was part of a family.
Well, Allison, you were just a little girl, and Aunt Hildy and I thought that it would be better if everyone thought that Gregory was really her son. We were just trying to protect Gregory.
Didn't it bother you, Ashley?
It killed me. I mean, he was the most beautiful thing in the whole world. I wanted to tell everybody.
Then why didn't you?
I was 19 years old. I had no way to support him. And that's why I always left you. That's why I went back to finish school. That's why I left you and went to graduate school. That's why I left you and I came to Houston. I just kept thinking, if I could just get a job, if I could just be successful enough, then I could send for y'all and take care of you.
You wanted me too? Well, oh, of course I did. You probably don't now, though. I mean, after everything that I've said and done, you don't want to see me.
Oh, you can be a pain. Doesn't matter. What matters is that there's truth between us and that we're honest with each other.
I'm glad you told me.
There's something else I want to tell you, too.
What?
I want you to stop living my life and start living your own.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, yes, you do. Allison, you've always wanted everything that was mine. You've always wanted to follow in my footsteps. You wanted to go to the same schools. You came here to Houston. You wanted to be in the oil business. Baby, start living your own dreams. Not mine. Go back to school. Find out who you are. Find out what you really want.
I'll think about it.
That's all I want. I just want what's best for you.
I love you so much, Ashley.
I love you too, sweetheart. I always have.
Mark? Mark, did you square away that problem out in the field?
Yeah, Dad, I hope so.
You look beat. You want to hit the road?
I can't. I told Ruby that I'd meet her back here when we go home together.
Oh, okay. As long as we're waiting, there is something that I did want to discuss with you.
Sure, what is it?
Earlier today, a reporter came out to the house.
What the hell was he doing there?
Well, he wanted to do a follow-up story on your mother and George St. John.
She didn't see him, did she?
I'm afraid so.
Oh, no. She knows. I'll kill that guy.
Mark, the important thing is that we have to help your mother.
How's she handling it?
She's handling it.
God. What this must have done to her. She didn't remember anything about St. John.
Well, no, Mark, that's not exactly true, you know. She got her memory back on the day that Lurleen and Joel got married.
Dad, why didn't you tell me this?
Because I wanted her to have the opportunity to tell you and Brett herself. That option is no longer open to her. You both know about the affair. The important thing, Mark, is that she has to be reassured that it doesn't mean anything to you. It doesn't matter.
Well, it doesn't.
Let her know that.
I will, believe me. Well, what's Brett said?
I don't know. I don't know where she is. I haven't been able to find her.
I'd hoped that Mom would have been able to walk when she got her memory back.
Well, that's what we were all hoping. Unfortunately, that didn't happen.
Hi, honey. Hi, Grant. I'm really sorry I'm late. I had a little problem over at KVIK.
What's wrong?
Got lipstick on you. Well, Vicki Bellman has apparently lost KVIK and the Victory Network. So I thought I should spend a little time with Billy Joe because he's out of a job.
How did that happen?
Well, as I understand it, there was some kind of a power play over there.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. How do you know about this?
Rena was here earlier.
What was she doing here?
She had an appointment with you. She was the representative from the charities people. Want to make sure that World Oil would have somebody there at that telephone.
I don't even want to deal with that right now.
Well, wait, I'll go. I'll be the representative. I mean, I'd like to go to KVIK anyway and say goodbye to everybody.
That's fine. I'm going to go to my office and pick up something. You want to come out to the house with me in my car?
Sounds good.
Okay, I'll meet you down in the garage. Fill Ruby in on what I was talking about.
Being very philosophical.
Well, sitting here thinking, I realized how many things that KVIK kept me from doing.
Like what?
Well, like watching you grow up, for one thing. And, I'm thinking of writing a book.
Oh, not about our lives, our hope.
No. Oh, about what it's been like being a woman in the television industry.
Well, Mama, if you don't try to make it pretty and you tell it as it is, I think you're going to have a bestseller on your hands. More importantly, I'm glad that you're thinking about your future.
I have to, Rena. I'm not kidding myself. I'm really going to miss KVIK and all the wonderful people who work here.
Has the word gotten around yet?
Mm-hmm. They're more worried about me than themselves.
Oh, that's because they love you so much.
And I love all of them, too. I really do. I know this sounds hokey, but I do. That's why on New Year's Eve, I am going to have a great big party.
That's a great idea. Why don't we invite all the people who worked on the telethon?
Mm-hmm. It's going to be the best party this city has ever seen. We may be leaving, but we're going out in style.
Well, I'm only sorry that I'll miss it, Mama.
You've decided to take that job in New York?
There's really nothing left for me in Houston anymore.
Did you happen to run into Grant over at World Oil?
He told me he's going to devote himself to Judith now. I love the man, Mama. I realized today just how much I really do love him. I'll never stop loving him. I called Thurman Gardner. I accepted his offer. And I leave New Year's Eve.
Hi.
Hello. Are you all right? I heard about that report this afternoon.
Yes, darling, I'm just fine.
Are you sure? Because if he gave you a hard time, I want you to tell me.
Mark, don't worry about me, and thank you for being so understanding.
Yeah, well, I want to make sure things like that never happen again. Dad, you agree?
Brett, where have you been? I've been trying to track you down all day.
Brett has been very busy. She has some news for us. Go ahead, darling, tell them.
I've been offered a job from a company in Alaska, and I'm going to take it.
Well, I knew about the job offer, but I'm surprised that you accepted it. Now that your mother needs you.
Grant, Brett, and I discussed it, and the reason she's taking it is because that's what's right for her to do. And besides, she's a pioneer spirit, and we wouldn't want to change that in her.
Yeah, well, I guess I could find another geologist, but none as good.
Oh, you know there are good ones out there. You'll find them.
We're going to miss you, Brett.
Oh, Dad, it's not like I'm going to be gone forever, you know. Just to see Aurora Borealis and try and keep the oil companies from messing up the land altogether.
Well, Brett, I just hope you'll come out of your igloo and sled back here for a special occasion.
Of course I will. I just need to go out there and try and conquer some wilderness instead of conquering Marshall Oil.
Oh, my gosh, that reminds me. Did you guys hear the news about the Marshalls today?
No, what?
Ashley came back home.
And she had a baby girl.
That's remarkable.
It's a miracle.
And I got the feeling it's not going to be the only miracle around here for a while.
Well, I think I'll call Justin and tell him how happy we are for him.
You might want to speak to Kate Marshall, too.
Why? Any particular reason?
Maybe she could give you a few pointers on being a grandparent.
Do I need them?
Next August, you will.
You mean...
That's right. We're having a baby.
Stay tuned. Texas will be right back.
Mark, I hardly know what to say.
Well, you don't have to say anything.
Well, congratulations.
Thanks, Dan.
You too, Ruby.
Oh, thank you, Grant.
Oh, hey, thanks for taking the pressure off me.
Wait a minute. We're going to expect some children out of you, too.
That's right. How do you feel about this?
I'm not surprised.
I hope you're happy.
Oh, darling, I'm ecstatic.
Well, I think this calls for a celebration. Vivian!
Yes, Mr. Wheeler?
Vivian, would you kindly break out some very good champagne? We're celebrating a baby.
Back in a flash.
I can't believe I'm going to be an aunt.
You can be our baby's auntie name. You can take him to all the places he's never seen before.
He?
Or she.
Whatever it is, a boy or a girl, I hope your baby makes you as happy as our children have made us.
Vivian?
Oh.
Judith?
Thank you, darling.
Remember. Brett? Well, as a prospective grandfather, it seems I would like to offer a toast to Ruby and to Mark. May you love one another always, as much as you do now.
That's a wonderful toast, Grant. No one could ever ask for more.
This part of Texas was brought to you by Ivory, the soap without a lot of extra ingredients. For a pure, natural kind of clean, lather up with Ivory.
Kids by rubbing their noses together.
I think they do. I think it's too cold to do it the regular way.
There are two things that it's never too cold for, and kissing is one of them.
What's the other one?
Hi. We're here to answer phones for the telethon. Didn't you mean marathon? Don't we know each other?
Top of the World Club. You were there with my brother Mark.
Oh, that's right. I hope you don't think I'm being personal, but I didn't think your brother was much of a date.
Really? He's done nothing but talk about you ever since.
Really?
Who's your friend?
Lee. You think we're going to be on TV?
Could be.
Ooh, I'm so excited. Susie, that's my friend. Susie called me all day long today so I could practice answering the phone. Ooh, I have some soy rice cakes for everyone. Quick energy.
Gee, and I thought tonight was going to be dull.
Good evening, ladies. Allison, dear, why don't you come sit right over here between Red and Ruby? Now, this is a time of year for sharing and togetherness. World Oil ought to sit right next to Marshall Oil. Now, don't you think...
Mrs. Canfield, I really...
now, don't you all look nice? Oh, you young ladies. Well, I know you all have lots to talk about, so I'm not going to interrupt you anymore. Now, you just all have fun. You hear?
It's going to be a long night. KVIK Telethon.
KVIK Telethon.
KVIK Telethon.
Uncle TJ.
Hey, Gregory. Hi, Justin. TJ. What are you two guys doing here? We're looking for Vicky.
Yeah, we have to tell her that Dad and I are going to be the representatives for Marshall Oil at the Telethon.
Representatives, eh?
Yeah, I don't know what they are either, but Dad says they're pretty important.
That's right. Well, I think you'll find Vicky right around there.
Okay, so long.
So long.
DJ, Ashley is at home alone tonight with the baby. I'm sure she wouldn't mind a little company.
Thanks. Hey, quiet, please. Wait, we're 10 seconds till we're on the air, all right? 5, 4, 3, 2.
Are we on? Oh, hi there. I'm Stella Stafford, and I want to welcome you to KVIK's 12th annual telethon, benefiting Houston's United Charities. Now, my sources tell me this is going to be the best show ever, so please don't turn that channel.
Texas, the new generation. The first part of Texas is brought to you by High Point, the decaffeinated coffee with deep brewed flavor. High Point, it's the coffee lovers decaffeinated.
Hi there, I'm Stella Stanton, and you can imagine how thrilled I was to be chosen the hostess of this wonderful telethon. But as you know, as great as we are, we do need help. And I couldn't have gotten along without my two closest and dearest friends, Billy Joe Decker and Ricky Wright. Now, actually, you are the stars of this telethon, because not only will you be heard by your wonderful, generous contributions, but there's so many other ways that you can be helpful. Other ways, yes. Two cars. What? Drinking coffee. Yeah, there's so many other wonderful ways. Now, there's just so many, it's hard to name.
What my dear close friend Stella is trying to tell us is that if you've ever had a friend out there or a loved one that you wanted to see on television, now is their time. For the next 24 hours only, $1,000 donation will buy you 1 minute of airtime.
That's right, folks. If you got a friend or somebody you know who has that special talent, maybe somebody who can play the Star-Spangled Banner on his teeth, give us a call. We'll put them on the air.
Anything, singer, dancer, contortionist, anything at all, because you never know, maybe their talent will be discovered right here.
And remember, this is all for charity, right, Stella?
Oh, yes, everything goes to charity.
So remember, only for the next 24 hours we're going to be here, but we got lots of great acts lined up.
Yeah, and please give us a call. Even if you don't want to be on TV, pledge what you can, and then sit back, relax, because we got a whole room full of entertainment here for you.
Allison, I was real happy to hear about Ashley coming back and all. A baby girl, huh?
Enough, Ruby.
Pardon me, I was just trying to be friendly.
Well, don't be.
Allison, we're going to be sitting next to each other all night long.
All night. Not forever, so please try not to get sentimental.
Look, I am not mad at you anymore. I don't see why we can't just be civil with each other.
Ruby's right. We could be pleasant. Look, I'm doing this for Marshall Oil.
Oh, sure.
Nothing else. You know something else? Justin's been a lot nicer lately. Why can't you be? Well, Justin didn't have a date with Cyrus Blanchard.
Come on, Allison, you got to admit that was pretty funny.
No, I don't, Ruby, and I don't think it was very funny. Tell me, Allison, are you and Cy still seeing each other? Yes.
KPIK Telethon. Oh, look, I'm sorry, but I have lost my pencil again. Why don't you just call back in about an hour or so? Have that telephone. Could you excuse me for just a moment? Would you mind getting us all some more coffee, dear? Sure. Hello there. Now, I'm sorry we kept you waiting. Can I do anything to help you?
Mrs. Canfield? It's Ashley.
Ashley? How good to hear from you.
Thank you.
Oh, we were all so worried about you. We're so glad you're back. And how is the baby?
She's fine. So is Gregory. He told me how he spent Christmas Eve with you.
It was a remarkable Christmas. All of our prayers were answered.
Gregory's really a lucky little boy to have so many people that love him.
Well, he's a wonderful boy. You did a beautiful job of raising him.
Thank you. Thank you, Mrs. Canfield.
Well, I'm afraid I really must get going now. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.
Mrs. Canfield?
Oh, yes?
Well, I almost forgot to tell you why I called. I wanted to tell you about my donation.
Oh, well, so you did.
Now, here's what I have in mind. Sure was nice of Allison to let us take a break together. Especially since it was her idea.
I think she just wanted to hang out in there with Ms. Granola and the brain surgeon. I have never heard anybody crack gum so loud in my entire life.
Oh, Allison is a never-ending source of delight.
Yeah, I can't understand why Mark was upset about losing her.
You know, I had a roommate like her in college. She thought all she had to do to get an A out of a course was smile endearingly at the professor. And when the professor was a man, it worked.
I hate girls like that.
They never get what they deserve. That's what really makes me mad.
We gave it to Allison. I mean, she did have her date with Cyrus Blanchard.
Oh, I wish we'd been there to see it.
We could always give it another shot.
Ruby, you know how petty and childish that would be? We would just be sinking to her level.
You're right. After all, we are Wheeler women. I mean, we're supposed to be above all that.
Mm-hmm. So what should we do?
Well, I got a dime if you got your southern accent.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Miss Roberta Schrift. I must admit I've never heard My Way played on the spoons before, but thank you. All right. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, for a change of pace, I got a real treat in store for you. It is my pleasure to introduce to you someone who comes to us by the kind donation of Mr. and Mrs. Mark Wheeler, a good friend of mine. Let's hear it for Lurleen Walker.
There's a place not too far away from here, out with the cows and the Lone Star beer, where the living and loving is quite all right with me. Well, they call it Texas. It's a mighty fine place to be. From Texarkana to El Paso and Oklahoma to Mexico, there's Houston, Dallas, Austin, San Antonio. People in Texas will make you feel at home. They just want everybody to leave them alone while they drink their whiskey and roll their own, and they like their music with a little bit of southern sound. Kick up their heels every night the sun goes down. You can call them country and they don't care. If you don't like the way they wear their hair, you can take your likes and shove them on up the road. People in Texas don't care if the sun don't shine. When I die, I may not go to heaven, 'cause I don't know if they let cowgirls in. If they don't, just let me go to Texas, 'cause Texas is as close as I've been. L.A. couldn't hold my attention. Detroit City couldn't sing the song. If tomorrow found me busted flat in Dallas, well, I don't care, 'cause at least I know I'm home. When I die, I may not go to heaven, 'cause I don't know if they let cowgirls in. If they don't, just let me go to Texas, 'cause Texas is as close as I've been. When I die, I may not go to heaven, 'cause I don't know if they let cowgirls in. If they don't, just let me go to Texas, 'cause Texas is as close as I've
That's Lurleen?
Life is full of surprises, Mama.
Oh, dear. Here she comes, from the sublime to the ridiculous.
Stella Stanton with wonderful news. We've only been on this telethon for 1 hour, and already we have $1 million.
Cue applause.
They must have left out a comma. I was never good at punctuation. We have $12,000, but from little dollars, big bucks grow. And now, thanks to the modest contribution of the River Oaks Garden Club, Mildred Canfield, president, we are now going to bring you the talent of Gary Lips, who does bird calls extraordinaire.
Ready, one. Stand by, camera 3.
Take camera 1.
For my first call, the pensive cry of the silver wood thrush of North America.
This is one of those times that I am just so proud to be in television.
Well, I think it's great that Ricky's going to L.A.
It's all he's been talking about.
Yeah, well, I know a move like that could be pretty scary sometimes, but I'm sure it's something that Ricky really wants to do.
Well, I'm really proud of him.
You're going to miss him, aren't you?
Of course I'm going to miss him. But I really think the timing is right.
For him?
And for me.
What do you mean?
When I think back over everything that's happened to me this year with Joe and everything, I'm just real happy that he was here with me.
And now?
Now I think I'm ready to make it on my own.
I do, too.
And what about you? Have you made any decisions as to what you're going to do?
No, not yet. I'll probably get something from one of the other stations.
You don't sound too thrilled about it.
Well, I won't exactly get the kind of freedom that Vicky gave me, but it's a job.
Are you willing to settle for just a job?
No. I don't know what I want to do.
You know, it's a tough decision.
Come on in.
Hi, Lena. Billy Joe.
Oh, hey, hon, how you doing?
Good. Monsignor asked me to come down and help out.
Oh, you're not going to sing, are you?
Maybe play the piano. Aren't you supposed to be out there doing the show?
Oh, I am. I'm taking turns with Ricky. See, we've got a little contest going on right now to see which one of us can outlast Stella.
And right now you're letting Ricky win.
Anything for a friend.
Speaking of which.
Uh-oh, look out, Elaine. Here comes a favor.
Wait a minute. I think this is something you're going to be interested in, Billy Joe.
Okay, shoot.
Well, I've got a very good friend, Father McMahon, and he's been doing some social work with ex-cons.
Oh, I see. And you want me to be the voice of experience?
Yeah, something like that. He's been trying to get them back into society. You know, setting up halfway houses, getting them job interviews, that sort of thing.
Well, that sounds great. What can I do?
Well, just hang around a few hours every week. You know, listen to their problems, give them advice.
You're right, hon. I'd like to do that very much.
I thought so. Now, this is Father McMahon's number. When you get a chance, just give him a call.
I will.
Thank you, Billy Joe.
No, thank you.
Well, if you'll excuse me, there's a few other people I'd like to see.
Take care.
Ladies and gentlemen, just now we received a package from a woman who called us earlier. In the package were these hats, these bandanas, a beautiful donation, and a request that the father and son team of Marshall and Marshall make you smile the way they make her smile. Let's hear it for the father and son team of Marshall and Marshall.
Give a hand, all right,
guys.
Come on, guys.
Oh,
You wanted up there.
Take your hats. Marshall and Marshall, let's hear it for them.
Wherever we go, whatever we do, we're gonna go through it together. We may not go far, but sure as a star. Wherever we are, it's together.
Wherever I go, I know he goes.
Wherever I go, I know he goes. No fits, no fights, no feuds, and no egos. Amigos, together, through thick and through thin, all out or all in, and whether it's win, place, or show, it's you for me,
And me for you.
we'll muddle through whatever we do together, wherever we go, together, wherever we go. It's you for me, and me for you, we'll muddle through whatever we do together, wherever, together. Ashley.
Get you for this, Mom.
Did you see your brother and your daddy? Weren't they cute? Yeah. You're such a pretty girl. You're such a pretty girl.
Stay tuned for the next part of Texas. And now the next part of Texas.
She's beautiful. She has your nose. Won't we wake her if we talk?
No. No, nothing wakes up that one.
Didn't Gregory wake up?
Are you kidding? Of course he did. The drop of a hat. He always wanted to get up and know what was going on.
He still does.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm supposed to ask you that.
I'm fine.
This is the greatest gift I've ever had. Just being able to look into your eyes again.
TJ, the smallest things seem so precious now. Just the sun coming through the window in the morning. Waking up and being able to hear Gregory talk downstairs. Old and Catherine.
You're home.
Yeah. I am.
Actually, this is how your life should be. With children. And with a family.
And with you. Listen, TJ, you're always going to be a big part of my life. And Gregory's.
You should have seen my folks on Christmas Eve.
Did they have a good time?
It's been a long time since I've seen my mother sitting on the floor playing with an electric train.
Oh, you're kidding. Gregory said that he had fun.
Well, he's in the process of changing them. Just like he's changed so many of us.
He's the miracle.
If I've never done anything else in my life, I'm Gregory's father. Actually, I've never known pride like that.
We have such a beautiful son.
And now you have an equally beautiful daughter.
I know.
Catherine's a very lucky girl. Justin will be a wonderful father.
Thank you.
He's a good man.
I'm so happy you said that.
Justin and I talked.
I know. And TJ, I want you to know, we're going to tell Gregory that you're his father. We are. Justin said it.
I know. We'll tell him when the time is right.
We will.
Actually, I lost you a long time ago. You know, very few people ever get a second chance. I'll always be grateful for the time that we've had together. And then I got to know my son.
There's something I want you to have. Here. It's safe now. It's where it belongs.
Sometimes it's real hard to know what's the right thing to do.
Oh, I want you to have it. Because, see, I know that you'll always do the right thing. Even when it's not easy. You're still my white knight.
Goodbye, Ashley.
Goodbye, my love.
I'm glad that Hunt made your decision for you.
What are you talking about?
Well, look at you. Hunt asked you to help him, and here you are, you're glowing.
Yeah, so?
So, I think it's obvious what your decision should be.
Join the priesthood?
Come on, be serious.
I am, Elena. I honestly don't know what you're talking about.
Do you know that when you're doing your TV show and you're talking to someone in the audience, you never once look into the TV camera?
That's because I know what they're talking about is a heck of a lot more important than which camera they're saying it at.
Well, exactly. The thing that's important to you is that you're listening, not that you're on television.
Elena, what are you trying to say, that I should give up TV just like that?
Well, you yourself said it takes 8 hours a day to do a 1-hour show.
I know. And the worst part is just when you get to the core of the problem, the stage manager's telling you to go to a commercial break.
Look, I'm not asking you to quit television. I'm just asking you to think hard about what you really want to do.
I want to help people.
So do it.
Elena, have you any idea how poorly the kind of jobs you're talking about pay? That's why people like Hunt are the only people doing them.
Wait a minute. Is this the same Billy Joe who told me that money doesn't make a difference?
It doesn't. Not really. But
what?
A man needs a certain amount of stability in his life, Elena.
I'm not arguing that.
Especially if that person is thinking about asking somebody to make plans with him.
Don't you think that someone would care enough not to be bothered by how much money you make?
Really? But I'd be coming home all wound up after talking to these people about their problems. The only thing I'd want to do is
hold someone.
I gotta go relieve Ricky.
Thank you very much. Lurleen, you are wonderful. Honey, you were great. Thanks. Everybody loved the song, and you look so beautiful. Where did you get that dress? Now, that is my kind of dress.
Joe helped me pick it out.
Oh, yeah? Well, first he gives you a goat, now this. Oh, I admired your performance.
Oh.
You have great diaphragmatic control.
Thank you.
Have you ever studied Hatha Yoga?
No, I was never very good in foreign literature.
Oh, no. That's a spiritual discipline, like mind control. I was watching your breathing.
You were?
Yes. You were very good at the start, but then you began to lose your breath.
I was nervous.
What you need to do for that is to learn how to harness in on your natural breathing by sticking to a strict regimen of diet, exercise, and celibacy.
Celibacy?
Honey, that means no sex.
Ruby, I know what it means.
Lurleen just got married. Oh, well, that's all right. I mean, there is a whole movement of married couples who have achieved a new intimacy and life fulfillment through celibacy. Honey, I think your phone's ringing. Oh, excuse me.
It's always so sad to meet people who are totally out of their minds.
Hi. Oh, Lurleen, honey, your song was terrific.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Hi, Ruby. Hi, Brett. Allison, do you know Cyrus Blanchard?
Why, isn't here, is he?
No, but he's sent a messenger over, and he has offered to match the last hour's donations if you'll sing.
What?
Come on.
KVIK Telethon. Can I help you?
Yes. Don't worry, Allison, there's nothing to it.
Wonder where old Cyrus Blanchard got that idea.
Right. Justin, there is no way that I'm going up there and doing this.
You're not going to disappoint Cyrus Blanchard, are you?
Oh, please, Justin.
It's for charity. If Gregory and I can do it, anybody can do it.
It's simple. Don't think about the thousands of people who are looking at you, and you'll be fine.
Thanks a lot, kid.
That was Miss Selma Potts and her prancing poodles, ladies and gentlemen. And now, thanks to a very healthy contribution from one of Houston's most upstanding citizens, we all get a chance to hear the beautiful and talented Miss Allison Linden, ladies and gentlemen.
Justin, I didn't know Allison could sing.
I don't think she can.
Oh, she'll be great.
Shh. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Allison Linden.
If you want me, you can have me. And if you need me, I'll be there. I'm not playing hard to get, oh no. I haven't turned you down yet, whoa, whoa. And if you're ready, I'm set to go anywhere. I just want you to want me. Come on, come on, come on, come on, love me. Come on, come on, come on, come on, 'cause babe, can't you see? There's nothing harder than to live without love. That's why they call me easy.
She's good.
Call me easy.
I think fair.
Don't have to learn how to cook.
I never would have imagined her to be able to sing.
You know, I was talking to her before. I like her.
You should. You two have a lot in common.
Well, I better get going. Now that I've got Stella all calmed down, I've got a lot of notes to go over.
Is she giving you a hard time, honey?
Oh, you know Stella. She never wants to talk about business. I want to talk about programming, and she wants to know if white lace curtains will look good in her office.
Stella, talk about a no talent.
I could just strangle her.
Oh, no, dear. You'll learn to handle her.
I don't know.
And if you're feeling kind
Christine, are you okay? You seem really very nervous.
I
was just going to be so different without you.
Oh, you'll do just fine.
Yeah, but I've learned everything from you.
Christine, I know you are very capable, and you will manage to keep Stella in her place.
I'll try.
And I'm very proud of you.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, 'cause babe, can't you see? There's nothing harder than to live without love.
Good luck in New York, Rena.
Thanks. Christine, for one thing.
What's that?
Said she learned everything by watching you. Me too.
Oh, please,
No, I
Rena.
mean it, Mama. The way you've handled the things that have happened here the last couple of weeks with calm, grace.
Well, everything has to come to an end eventually, I guess. You just have to learn to accept it. Gracefully.
Hey, give me one of those, too.
Hi, hon.
Rena?
Oh. Hello,
Would the management of KVIK allow a visitor to the booth?
Why, of course.
Come on in. I was hoping you'd drop by. Have a seat.
Vivian and John here are two of my most favorite
How are you,
people in the
Vicky?
whole wide world.
Actually,
A contribution from Mr. and Mrs. Grant Wheeler.
I'm having a wonderful time.
Opportunity to get to know them just a little bit better. So how about a big
A
hand
lovely
for
show.
Vivian and John? Come on!
Yes, it has, hasn't it?
If you take my hand, I climb that mountain. There ain't nothing I wouldn't do. I'd have the world tied up in ribbon. I'd have it all if I had you.
I never saw
someone to lean on and to hold me in the night. I'd have someone to tell my troubles to. I'd have someone to help me turn the darkness into light. I'd have everything I need if I had you.
If you take my hand, I'd climb that mountain. There ain't nothing I wouldn't do. I'd have the world right up in ribbon. I'd have it all if I had you. I'd have someone to talk to and to listen to my schemes. I'd have someone to help me see them through. There'd be someone to laugh with me and share in all my dreams. I'd have everything I need if I had you. If you take my hand, I'd climb that mountain. There ain't nothing I wouldn't do. I'd have the world tied up in ribbon. I'd have it all if I had you. I wouldn't do. I'd have the world tied up in ribbon. I'd have it all if I had you. I'd have it all if I had you. If I had you.
TJ, how are you doing? Excuse me.
I'm fine. How are you?
Okay.
Aren't they great?
They're wonderful.
TJ, darling, there you are. I've been looking all over for you. Where you been?
Well, I've been standing right here watching the telethon.
Your father has already made the contribution. I am so happy for you.
For me? Why?
We're going to be so proud at your performance.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
oh yes.
There he sits with a pen and a yellow pad. What a handsome lad. That's my boy. P-R-L-F-Q spells mom and dad. Well, that ain't too bad, 'cause that's my boy. You can have your TVs and your nightclubs. You can have your drive-in picture shows. I'll sit here and drink a beer and listen to the radio, biding my time and watching my son grow. Making castles out of building blocks and a cardboard box. That's my boy. Mickey Mouse says it's 13 o'clock. Well, that's quite a shock, but that's my boy. In a few short years I've gone from rags to riches, and what I did before that, I don't know. You can let it rain on my window pane. I've got my own rainbow, and I'm sitting here shining, watching my son grow. Up on Daddy's shoulders, off to bed, old sleepyhead, that's my boy.
Got to have a drink of water and a story read. A teddy bear named Fred. That's my boy.
What's that you say, Mama? Come on and keep your feet warm.
Well, save me a place. I'll be there in a minute or so.
think I'll stay right here and say a little prayer before I go. Being God watching my son grow. Being God watching my son grow.
There you are, you little darling. Oh, I could just eat you up. I saw you dancing, or was it singing? Oh, yes, it was dancing with your father. And you're the cutest thing I ever saw in my whole life. Oh, you're so precious. Now, you know, you gave me the brightest idea I've ever had. Now, all next week on Texas Tall Tales, I'm going to use only boys and girls. And you, my little prince, you're going to be my first guest. Oh, your mommy and daddy will be so thrilled. And I can just see how delighted you are. Well, sweetheart, we have a lot more to say to one another, but I'm busy now. So I'll see you later, okay? Toodaloo.
Toodaloo. It's Tall Texas Tales. I wouldn't be caught dead on it.
Okay, everybody, let's do an up-tempo now. I need your help, though. Clap along, all right? Okay? Hit it, you guys.
The stars at night are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas. The prairie sky is wide and high, deep in the heart of Texas.
The sage in bloom is like perfume.
Oh, yeah, deep in the heart of Texas.
Reminds me of the one I love.
Deep in the heart of Texas.
The coyotes wail along the trail.
Deep in the